have these two players, the rest of the EPL team should forget it. They should forget the league. It's already a done deal. If Man City is able to pull transfers between Harry Kane and Jack, the rest of the team should forget it. The Liverpools, the Manchester United, the Chelseas, the Tottenhams, the Arsenals, they should forget it and hand over the league title to Man City. Prof, what's your take on transfer of Harry Kane and Jack Grealish to Man City? It's rumors anyway. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, with Jack Grealish's transfer, I'm hearing that it's almost done. It's almost done. £100 million. He's going to be Britain's most expensive footballer. So that one is almost done. And I'm also hearing that about with Harry Kane. So honestly, I doubt because he's gone on strike and he's got 3 years left on his contract, and Daniel Levy doesn't have to serve. Why Harry Kane decided to sign a 6-year contract without a release clause, only he and his agent knows. Because Jack Grealish also had a 5-year contract with Aston Villa, but there was a £100 million release clause. So and Man City have triggered it, which meant that there was nothing Aston Villa could do. Only Jack Grealish could decide whether to leave or to stay, and apparently he decided to go to Manchester. So with Jack Grealish, I'm hearing that it's a done deal. It's a done deal. So yeah, he will be a Man City player next season.
It's a done deal for Man City and Jack Grealish. That is what Prof is saying. It's a done deal for Jack Grealish and Man City. But Harry Kane is still in doubt because of his contract with Tottenham. Coach Kofi.
Yes.
What's your take on this transfer? Harry Kane, £130 million to Man City and Jack Grealish, almost a done deal, as Prof pointed out. $100 million from Aston Villa to Man City.
Yeah, I think today I'm not going to be in favor of a lot of things going on. Even my own club, Chelsea, with Lukaku deal, I think is totally obscene with the amount involved. And Pep Guardiola, once again, is a role model for a lot of us young coaches. But I think he's disappointing us again to be going for 2 players for 230 million in this current climate. I mean, he shows a lot of what he's done and what he's trying to do to get to the very top. It's unfortunate that you see coaches like Pep, being creative and innovative with systems and formation, and suddenly they are relying on topmost complete talent to be able to advance their game. It denies them the opportunity of being creative again. And I'll go back here again. I know I've criticized Thomas Tuchel chase for Lukaku, but then again, I'm not sure if it's Tuchel who's chasing for Lukaku or it's the Chelsea hierarchy who's chasing for Lukaku. But Tuchel last season showed what we could, any top coach who is creative with his tactics can do with decent players. He showed how he can mold the system, change things during games. I've watched Chelsea's preseason, and this season he's trying to play with 2 strikers instead of 1. He's looking to address the lack of chance conversion. So that now Pep spent 240-50 million on defenders a couple of seasons ago, and he's spending another 230 million on 2 players. That for me is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous in this current climate. This is COVID, and to spend this amount of money on players when you can buy 1 or 2 players. So some interesting players in Euros. You can take them, mold them into fit your philosophy. And I think what he's doing is absolutely scandalous for the English game. These things are done in Spain and in Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona, but in England, and he's come down here. It's unfortunate, honestly. But there again, Jack Grealish, I think Bernardo Silva can do more or less what he does. It is how Pep is molding the players again. And unfortunately, football is struggling, and we're having top managers like Pep spending 230 million pounds sterling on 2 players. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Kofi saying it looks like it's a scandalous deal for the EPL board, because he can't think how one team will spend this huge amount of money, 230 million pounds, in this era of COVID season where a lot of big clients, a lot of teams are struggling to even pay salaries to their players. We've heard of Barcelona's situation,
Exactly.
Real Madrid situation,
Yes.
and
It's
all over.
ridiculous.
But
Ridiculous.
Pep is still looking beyond it and spending to win titles. All right. Thank you, guys. Let's shift a little bit from the EPL and go to La Liga. Sergio Ramos out. David Alaba in. I think, and I lost a little bit control there, but I don't know if Varane has already completed the deal to Manchester United, but I know Varane is also out of Real Madrid. Prof. Nyantechi, being a Real Madrid fan, how do you see this transfer window, the transfer business Ancelotti and Perez and the board are doing?
With regards to Varane, yes, the deal is done by subject to a medical, because I mean he has to self-isolate when he goes to England. So the deal is done. By subject, all he has to do is go to a medical for at Man United, and then they will sign, and after that they will officially announce. Yes, I guess to Madrid didn't have a choice. He indicated that he didn't want to sign a new contract. He's been, and you can understand, he's been at Madrid for 10 years. Yeah, he's been at Madrid for 10 years, so he wants a new challenge. So yeah, wish him all the best. I mean, that's that. And
how about Ramos to
Ramos
PSG?
Yeah, PSG are the winners of the transfer season. They've got a lot of good players on free transfers. And Ramos to PSG, he will strengthen their defense. I mean, he will partner very well with Marquinhos. So we expect PSG defense to be solid. And given that they already have Keylor Navas, and now they have Donnarumma too. In addition, it means that their defense and their goalkeepers, wow. The PSG have to win the Champions League next season, without a doubt, because their front is already excellent. So with this solid back four plus goalkeeper, I expect they have to. If they don't win the Champions League, then I don't know. So it means that Madrid have lost 2 experienced centre backs in one season, and Alaba is coming, but Alaba can play midfield on left back and also centre back. So I'm sure I'm sure he'll partner well with Nacho. Alaba will partner well with Nacho because he's experienced as a centre back. He's played the countless occasions. So that one, Madrid. It's only when one of them gets injured, Nacho and Alaba. That's when Madrid will have a problem if they don't get an experienced centre back. But I read this morning somewhere that Aymeric Laporte wants to leave Man City to go to either Barca or Madrid. So he wants to go to Spain. So I don't know, but those ones are just rumors for the moment. Those ones are just rumors. So I mean, good business for PSG and for Man United.
Good business for PSG and Manchester United. Coach.
Yes.
What's your take on the transfers? Varane to Manchester United, Ramos to PSG, David Alaba to the great Real Madrid.
I think today I'm not really in support of a lot of things. It's unfortunate because or is fortunate in some sense. PSG clearly they're going for Ramos not because they want a tighter defense. They simply want a leader for the team. Because watching Ramos in the last 18 months, slightly before COVID, the experience is there. He's not the Ramos we know. He's not the strong tackler, the aggressive Ramos we know. He's full of experience now, and I see why PSG will do that, which means they are solely focused on the Champions League. They want to win the Champions League at all costs. They want it. And normally these things, it will come back to bite you anyway. Just as he did with Pep. Because when you want it too much without thinking straight, it affects you. I would think Pochettino would have gone for a much younger striker, try to readjust the tactics. Because when I watched them against City, the first leg, they were awful after City scored the first goal. City equalized or something like that. They were awful. They lack so many things. And then you look at Thomas Tuchel, what he's doing, he's putting fear in almost every manager in Europe because Chelsea's squad is quite young and Kante is only turning 30. Jorginho is only turning 30. So they have some 2 or 3 years of dominance. Mason Mount is still a baby. Werner is still a baby. Havertz, Ziyech. These are young, very, very young players. And Mendy, young. So I see the fear in a lot of coaches trying to see how we can tackle this Chelsea problem. And Tuchel, this is where I think Tuchel has the advantage. He has the psychological advantage. He has the tactical advantage. He has the player advantage to be able to do all this stuff. And the impact in Europe, as for Manchester United, going for Rafael Varane at this stage of his career, I think it's a slightly good move for them to have done that because their defense, Harry Maguire needs a bit of experience around him. But both are not the fastest. Varane is not slow. Maguire is not fast. So it's very interesting to see what he does, and especially how he handles the Pogba saga. But, Carlos, all I want to say is managers will have to understand, maybe there are 2 sides to it. The first one is a lot of managers are now tactically very good. So it's making it difficult for other managers to win games easily. So coaches are thinking, let's shelve our tactics and let's go for experience to cover for lack of our tactics and in depth. So that is, as a football fan, I love it. I love it when players are moving, good players are moving to clubs. I love it. But as a coach, I think you can do a bit better. Now, before I end, let's look at Aston Villa. Look at what Villa is done. Grealish is moved, and they've got this Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen, who is very quick on the wings as well. So, and if you look at what Villa is done this season, that is the season gone. Dean Smith was amazing. He had all this tactical innovation, beating Liverpool, beating Chelsea, drawing with the big sides and doing all kind of things, finishing in the top half of the league. That, for me, is the kind of things we need to encourage from coaches. Be creative. Don't go out there splashing. We just finished COVID. Literally, we've not even finished. Every economy is recovering. And to see this money going around because coaches are failing and top elite coaches are failing to think tactically, it's a problem for me, honestly. But as a fan, I love it. I would love to see Haaland at Chelsea. I would love it. 150 million. I think it's too much. But if he comes in as a coach, I will not be too happy. But as a fan, I will be excited. So I think the football in Europe now is getting a little bit interesting. But there again, we'll see how it goes.
All right. Coach is saying a lot of his colleagues are stopping to think tactically and they're trying to blend in with some good experiences. Good deal for Manchester for having Varane. I'm very happy Real Madrid has released Varane because I didn't know what Varane would do without Sergio Ramos. I'm hoping he has a very good pair with Harry Maguire. Like Kofi rightly said, both players are kind of gentle, wise. We don't see that butu play like you see Ramos coming with that aggressiveness, and then Varane stays cool with it. Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up with our show today. Let's look at the EPL. for this season? Coach,
Yes.
what should we expect in the coming season in the EPL with all these transfers and all these management changes here and there, and with the performance of England almost winning the Euro? What should we expect? Is football still coming home?
Yeah, that would be for next season, next year's World Cup. But yeah,
Right.
I think Liverpool. If you look at Liverpool's front three, you look at Liverpool's and Oli Jota in the squad. Obviously, he's playing the Euros. You look at most of their players; they've not played in the Euros, so Liverpool should be very, very fresh. And then you look at Chelsea. Chelsea had about 3 players in the Euros, key players as well. For England, they had Kante for France, and they had a few, 1 or 2 players, Emerson for Italy. So Chelsea's squad has not had enough preseason training. Liverpool has had quite a lot. United in and out, they don't having too much problems there. Man City, Kyle Walker, Foden will have to return. These are very key players for them. And then Rodri was with Spain as well. So I think Liverpool has a very good chance of starting very, very quick in terms of winning the next few games, which will set the tone for what is to go on. I'm still yet to decide. I'll see tonight Chelsea playing Tottenham. Tottenham has also had a very good preseason with the exception of Harry Kane joining them. So tonight I'll see what Chelsea can do. And on Sunday, I saw what Chelsea could do against a very, very strong Arsenal side, with Chelsea lacking a lot of their top talent. And I felt Chelsea were fantastic, despite having lots of inexperienced players, all because of the system I talked about. Tuchel is trying to play these 2 up top at every point, which is going to be very good for us. So this season, it will be very difficult to predict. But if Tuchel gets his team set, ready, I don't see any way any club can challenge. City can buy who they want. United can buy whoever they want. If Tuchel gets his system right, that's a game over. It's as simple as that. Game over. Yeah.
If Tuchel gets his system right, game over. Game over. Prof, we are wrapping up.
Well, of course, you expect Aurier to, you expect coach to always back Chelsea. He's a Chelsea fan after all. So, but then, for me, it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be very difficult to predict. Okay, it's going to be very difficult to predict who will win the EPL next season, or should I say this season, because it seems like it's already started. With the community shield on this coming Saturday. Because Liverpool have done some good business, but they've not signed so many players. Wijnaldum myself, but then they've signed Ibrahima Konate at the back, that's the centre back. Last season, we all know the problem they had at centre back. Van Dijk is back, Fabinho is also back. Yeah, and then Chelsea, Chelsea are European champions. They have a solid team, right? Then Man United have Sancho on the right hand side of attack, and then around the middle of the defense. So all the teams seem to be really set. So it depends on the team that wins. I believe the team that wins the EPL is the one that makes the fewest mistakes. The manager that makes the fewest mistakes is the one that will win. So it's set up for a very interesting season.
Very interesting season, as Prof has rightly said. Viewers and listeners, this is how we end today's special edition of Founders Day Igimel Sports Pundits. Look forward in the upcoming season for a lot of more exciting sports shows. Thank you and good evening to you all wherever you find yourself. Thank you for joining.